US Senator Sherrod Brown wants to ban crypto. He believes it's only used for illegal activities. But could a country like the US, or really any country, actually ban crypto? Well, let's take a look at the details. So Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown believes that crypto ought to be banned. He points out that it is used for terrorism financing, human trafficking, and cybercrime. And when it comes to crypto, is it used for illegal purposes? Yeah, probably. Because the whole point of crypto is that anyone can use it. A priest can use it, and so can a dictator. So if something like crypto can be used by evil people, well, wouldn't you just go ahead and ban it? Well, you can try, but the way it works now is that because crypto is so global, if you ban it in your country, you didn't really ban it. All you did is remove yourself from the party. For example, let's say there was a party everyone was going to, and you said, well, I'm not going to go to the party. Well, who cares? If you don't go, the party is still happening. The only way the party doesn't exist is if everyone says we're not going. So in the case of crypto, there are so many countries around the world that want to use crypto. And if someone like the United States bans crypto, people will just flock to that country. For example, Dubai is very welcoming for crypto. And also, they even have 0% tax on crypto. So if the United States bans crypto, people, big companies will just flock to somewhere like Dubai, and the United States knows this. This is why Sherrod Brown even came out stating, at the same time, maybe banning it, although banning it is very difficult because it will go offshore, and who knows how that will work. And the world is not a friendly place. These countries are competing against each other, and they know that if one country bans or makes it very difficult to work with crypto, they'll say, come to our country and we'll give you very favorable laws. So it would appear that someone like Sherrod Brown is speaking out of frustration because he knows that you can't actually ban it. However, what you can do with crypto is regulate it. But the problem is that if you over-regulate it, essentially it's almost like a ban. So in the case of Sherrod Brown, he proposed a bill on December 6th that would put regulations on retail and technology companies that offer banking services without being subjected to the same regulations as traditional financial institutions. And this is something I don't really have a problem with. There are a lot of companies in crypto that are not actually crypto companies. They are basically banks that use crypto. If I told you, should we regulate a bank, you'd probably say yes. So why not regulate these crypto companies that are basically banks that use crypto? And this bill is coming after Elon Musk proposed to add payments to Twitter. So I personally don't have a huge problem with this. If it's a centralized company, then there should be some sort of regulation. The problem is when politicians start trying to regulate DeFi, which technically can't be regulated. And we all know Gary Gensler is not a fan of crypto. He wants to label everything as a security. And if that happens, then it'll just be more difficult to operate in the United States. I think a big misconception about something being labeled as a security is that many people think that it's banned, it's over. No, when it's a security, it can still be traded. There's just more rules, more regulation. For example, stocks are securities, yet you can trade them freely in the United States. But still, this would definitely stifle innovation in the United States if a lot of these cryptocurrencies are deemed to be securities. And the outcome of the Ripple SEC lawsuit will be very important in determining what is and what isn't a security. Of course, if Ripple wins, this is very good. And if Ripple loses, this is very bad. But if Ripple were to lose the lawsuit, we'd probably end up seeing a ton of crypto projects going offshore. But the United States, again, knows that they don't want to ban crypto and they don't want to over-regulate it to the point where all of these people will leave the country. So it's going to be a very tricky situation. And crypto exchanges are also working on regulation. For example, Coinbase's Brian Armstrong wants regulation on stablecoin issuers and exchanges, as he believes they are the greatest source of consumer risk. And I don't really have a problem with this. Again, these crypto companies, they're really traditional banks that use crypto. So if they're centralized, then they probably should be regulated. And countries around the world are regulating crypto. They're not banning it, at least not at the moment, but they are regulating it. If we look at Africa, countries such as Kenya, Ghana, and Nigeria, they have added new crypto laws. And G20 countries around the world are coming together for better global regulation. Regulation is coming. Regulation is here right now. But bans are a different story because, again, if you ban crypto in your country, you're really just removing yourself from the party. The only way a real ban works is if all the powerful countries in the world come together and say, we're going to ban crypto. But there is no way that's going to happen. You need countries such as Russia, China, United States, Canada, Australia, Germany, France, Spain, and many others to come together and say, we're all going to agree to ban crypto. But that won't happen. The world is not a friendly place. Countries want to beat other countries for that number one spot, and crypto is a way they can do it. Now, here is where things get messy. When politicians try to overregulate crypto or even regulate something that can't be regulated. For example, Elizabeth Warren proposed a bill that would require nearly all blockchain network participants to register as financial institutions. That includes miners, wallet creators, and even software developers. This is not possible. If someone is a miner or someone develops a software and then it's released to the world, there is no way they can collect information on who is actually using their product. This is the whole point of DeFi. You create something and then anyone can use it. So this is an example of regulation that is not actually possible, and regulation that could essentially ban crypto. It's not an outright ban, but if you make something so difficult, it will lead to people leaving that country. So again, if they just have these heavy regulations for DeFi in the United States, it's not going to kill DeFi. Instead, DeFi will just move offshore. So I think all of these politicians, even the ones that hate crypto, understand the battle here. They want to regulate it. Well, of course, no, they want to ban it. That's what they really want to do. But they know they can't ban it. So they want to regulate it. But if they overregulate it, then people will leave their country for a different country. So the conclusion, can you ban crypto? Well, you could try, but it won't work.